Hi friends, a very good evening to all of you guys, and this is Tanu, one of your PTE trainers from Aussie's Clayton. I hope you guys are doing very well. And guys, today I am back to answer all your questions. Any doubts you have, you can post them in the comment section. And today we will be talking about a very important module of PTE, which is writing section. From the last few times, I've got lots of requests to discuss the writing module because a lot of our students, they do struggle to achieve their desired scores in the writing section. So to begin with guys, writing is section B of module 1, I would say, in your exam. So module 1 is your speaking, module 2 is your writing, and they both are part of one section, which is section 1. So guys, once you finish your speaking, the writing module starts straight away. And there are only two types of questions in the writing module itself. But as you guys know that the scores are integrated, there are few other questions in the other modules which are getting you more marks than actually the writing section itself. So guys, we will start with the first question of the writing section, which is called summarize written text. To begin with summarize written text, the instruction says that you have to write a summary using 5 to 75 words. So that is the first instruction, which says that you have to use 5 to 75 words in one sentence only. The second instruction says that you have to write a summary using 5 to 75 words in one sentence only. One sentence only means there will only be just one full stop. So guys, the instructions are very important. So if they have mentioned the word count, which is 5 to 75, you should never think of breaching the guidelines, because every time you breach the guidelines, your score will be affected. So no matter what, please make sure that you do not exceed the word count, or of course it will not be less than 5 words. So anywhere, anything somewhere around 30 or more words, somewhere in the middle, 50 words should be fine. But try not to write 15-20 words because they are too less, and you cannot summarize a complete idea of the passage in just 15 or 20 words. So keep these little things in mind. First thing. Coming on to the next part. What is the meaning of the word summary? Now, the summary means the overview of something. By overview, I mean the complete idea of the passage itself. So what happens in this task is you have to read the text very thoroughly, no matter if it is 1 paragraph, 2 paragraphs or 3 paragraphs. In order to get the main idea of the passage, it is very important to skim through the whole passage for the main idea. What happens in this task is once you start to read the passage, you will feel that this sentence is important, this sentence is also important, this sentence is also important. And there is the time when you actually start to struggle about what to include in the summary. So just an idea guys, the main idea will not be a dependent sentence on something. The main idea will be an independent phrase or the main word which is repeated very often in the passage. So always look for the main idea and try to avoid the sentences which are dependent on that main idea. Also, another thing you need to keep in mind is that once you start to skim through the idea, sometimes in the passages there are a lot of examples given. Try not to include the examples because examples are the further description of the main idea. They are not included in the main idea. So main idea is something which is repeated very often. The whole passage will suggest things about that very topic itself. That is the main idea. So what you have to do in this task is, a lot of people, they ask me that can we use the similar words from the passage? Of course you can use the similar words from the passage. Okay, a lot of people, they say if we copy and paste, do we get less marks? No, you don't get any less marks, provided you are selecting the correct sentences or correct phrases. As you know that you have to only write one sentence, it is also a good idea to select maybe 2, 3 or even 4 phrases from different sentences or different paragraphs, and you have to join them and make one sentence. Now, when you make one sentence, what happens is that, so we have Akhil Kumar. Hi Akhil, thanks for asking the question, and he's asking what's the best way to tackle reading fill in the blanks. Akhil, let's finish off with the writing and then I'll be able to answer your question about the reading fill in the blanks, because the main, the thing what we are covering today is the writing section. However, for reading fill in the blanks, you need to have good understanding of grammar, and you have to have, you need to know collocations. Last time we did a live on fill in the blanks also, so just go back to our videos and you can have a look and you will get plenty of ideas. Also, you can join the group, Telegram group. It is, you just download Telegram Messenger and you can join PTE tutorials, and you will find plenty of ideas about how to resolve fill in the blanks. And we've got Maninder and we've got Aman. Thank you Aman for watching. Okay guys, so coming back to our section, which is summarized written text. So as I mentioned that since you have to get 3 phrases, 4 phrases, whatever the main idea you think, be it 2 phrases also, you can always select those 2 phrases and put them into one sentence by joining them with the help of connectors. Now what are connectors? Connectors are the words, the independent words that we often use when we join 2 sentences. And the most common connectors are and. Whenever we have to join 2 sentences, we use and, which is a positive connector also. Sometimes we use but, which is a contrasting or a negative connector also. So, and, but, furthermore, however, hence, although, though, so, all these are connectors which we very often use in our regular speech also. Same thing we have to do there. Since we are only, since we only have to write one sentence, please make sure you do not write multiple sentences. So you pick up 2 sentences, 2 phrases, 3 sentences or 4 phrases. You put them together in one sentence with the help of connectors like and, but, however, furthermore, moreover, although, though, hence, thus, depending on the context and the meaning of the passage, and you write only one sentence. Another important thing in this question type is it is an integrated task of your reading and your writing. So that means the reading score is also very important for us, because if we struggle to get marks in reading and writing fill in the blanks, this is the task which can help us pass our reading module. So in this task, if you select the correct sentence, if you pick up the right phrase and you join them with the right connector, you get your reading marks also. So it is an integrated task, and the number of questions you can see or experience in this task is about 2 to 3. So guys, whenever you are doing this task, make sure you do not select any dependent sentences or dependent phrases. You do not select any of the examples. You select only and only the main ideas of the passage. Now, keywords. What are keywords? Keywords are our adjectives, our adverbs, our verbs, our proper nouns, not any of the conjunctions, prepositions, articles, connectors. Those are not the keywords. So whenever you are doing this task, please be very careful when you are selecting the keywords. And we have Ram. Hi Ram, he's asking where can we get any writing templates, any site available. Ram, you can download the Telegram Messenger and join our PTE tutorials group. You will find plenty of templates there. But templates you can find it anywhere actually, but it is very important to use those templates correctly. Okay, so to know if you are using the template right or wrong is very important, because partial information I believe is more harmful. So try not to just rely completely on the template, because if you are not very sure that you are framing correct sentences according to the template or not, is right or wrong, so please make sure you do that also apart from the templates. And we've got Dr. Aman. Hi Aman, thank you for being always there. And she's saying was checking since today's morning for you to be live. Thanks for the efforts for all of us. Thank you darling, you always boost my confidence. Thank you very much, and I hope you get your desired scores very soon. And coming back to our summarized written text, guys. So as I was saying, number of questions could be 2 to 3 depending on the combination with the essays. So there are possibly 3 combinations you can get. One is you can get 2 essays and 2 summaries. The other one is you can get 2 essays and we always get 1 essay and 3 summaries. The other one is 1 essay and 2 summaries. So 3 combinations: 1 essay with 3 summaries, 1 essay with 2 summaries, and 2 essays with 2 summaries. Now you always get 10 minutes to do this task, so manage your time very wisely. Try and take 2 minutes to read the passage, to understand the passage, 1 minute to select the phrases, and then remaining 3 to 4 minutes to write and select the appropriate connector. And guys, always remember to revise what you have written, because the rule of writing is how you write and not what you write. So if you want good writing score, you have to be very careful about how you are writing, and that how is your grammar, that how is your spellings, and that how is your written discourse too. So spellings, as I say, are very important. Grammar, what is grammar? Grammar is basically our tenses and our punctuation. Now, as I said, punctuation. Where punctuation comes into play in this task is whenever you are using a connector. There are punctuations which are meant to be used when you join 2 sentences or multiple phrases together. So depending on which connector you are using, there are a number of punctuations. Like you can sometimes, if you're using and as a connector, you have to put a comma before and. If you're using so as a connector, you have to put a comma after the word so. If you're using furthermore as a connector, you have to put a semicolon. So all those little things, if you do them correctly, you will definitely get your desired scores. And this is a very important task. It is giving you more scores than your essays also. So when you are doing this task, please make sure, first point, select independent phrases or sentences. Second point, you join them using the connectors. Third point, you use appropriate punctuation to form a right sentence. And we've got Bheem. Bheem is asking, hi Tanu, do we need to follow different template for essay writing? I recently encountered there seems to be different structures for opinion, agree or disagree, and advantages and disadvantages. Thanks heaps. Bheem, actually this, the templates are pretty similar, but the only difference is with few sentences. So if the question asks you that you agree to something or you disagree to something, you can follow agree, disagree or opinion template. However, if the question clearly asks you that you have to mention advantages and disadvantages of something, you might not be able to use the similar template. However, you can definitely pick multiple sentences of the same template, but you can change few of the sentences in order to show that you are writing both sides of the argument. And we will be talking about that in our next question. And we've got Raman, he's asking, hello Tanu ma'am, please explain about the time management in writing. So we are talking about time management. As I said, 10 minutes for writing the summary, 2 minutes always to read, 1 minute or maybe 1.5 minutes to figure out which are the most important keywords, phrases or sentences, 1 minute to choose the appropriate connectors, and another 2 to 3 minutes to write. And since you only have to write one sentence, maybe 30 to 40 or 50 words maximum, and another 2 minutes to always proofread what you have written. Try to figure out if there are any spelling errors, you have to correct them, and you have put the right punctuation, because punctuation carries a lot of weightage in this task. So I hope you guys have no more questions about summarized written text. Moving on to the next question of writing, it is our essays. The most common topic, which is like a monster for a lot of students. They fear essays. I don't know for what reason, but a lot of students, they actually fear essays. Whereas I believe that essay is one of the most easiest things of PTE as compared to IELTS. Because guys, if you see, I'm not sure whether you are trying to give IELTS, or you must have seen your friends giving IELTS. If you have observed that, in IELTS it is very hard. It is next to impossible to score 8 in writing. I've never heard someone achieving that band score of 8 in IELTS in writing in their first attempt. Even in the multiple attempts, it is very hard to get 8 each in writing. But in PT, you every now and then you will see students getting a perfect score of 90, 80. Yesterday only we had a student, he attended our last master class and he got a perfect score of 90 each and 90 overall. So just by attending one class and by using the template given to him by us, he managed to score a perfect 90 in his exam. So essay is something which is very easy as compared to IELTS. All you have to do is you have to be careful about the guidelines and you have to be very careful about what is being asked to you in the essay. And third important thing is that how you write, not what you write. As I said, the rule of writing is how you write, not what you write. And we've got Manpreet, he's asking, hello Tanu ma'am. Hi Manpreet. Some people are saying that the best way to write summary is to pick 2 lines and write same as it is with the help of comma and other connectors. Can you please clear that thing? Manpreet, this strategy do work for a lot of students, that you select 2 sentences and you can join them using the connectors, provided those 2 sentences should be the most important relevant sentences and they present the key idea or the overview of the complete passage. You can also select 3 sentences. You can also select 2 or 3 phrases from those sentences and join them using connectors. Picking up the correct sentence is very important. If you do not do that, then the chances of losing marks are also there. So make sure if you are using that strategy, this strategy do work, but you have to be very careful in your selection of a sentence. So I hope I've answered your question. So coming back to the essays, guys. Now, when you are writing an essay, the instruction says you have to write an essay using 200 to 300 words. Now, the biggest misconception which a lot of students face is that, they think that if they write more words, they will get more marks. But trust me, guys, that's not true at all. Okay? So, there is no such rule that if you write 280 words or 270 words, you will score, full marks. No, not at all. Even if you write 201 words, as far as you're not breaching the guidelines, you can score full marks in your essay. The weightage of the task is not very high, but it is not very low also, and it is not the integrated task. By integrated, I means this task, the marks are only going towards the writing itself. And as I already said, the rule of writing is how, and that how is your grammar, that how is your spellings, that how is your written discourse. So that means once you read the topic, okay, so whatever the topic is given to you, make sure you frame correct sentences in terms of your tenses. Make sure you have put correct spellings. Make sure punctuation is correct. So the common mistake while we type is when we put a full stop, sometimes we don't leave space after that. There would be no autocorrect to correct you. After the full stop, the first letter has to be capital. We all know these things, but when we are typing and when we are, in that exam frame, we make these silly errors which will definitely affect our scores. And we've got Manikanta. Hi Manikanta, and he's asking how to grab more score in reading task and what are strategies? What strategies will help us? Manikanta, that's a very vast question to be covered in this session. Today we are mainly talking about writing. So what I'll do is I'll give you the answer, but in the comments later on once I finish this live. So guys, coming back to the essays, any type of essays. So first let's discuss how many types of essays you can get. So basically you can get 3 to 4 types of essays. First of all is your agree disagree, where they give you a statement and they ask you, do you agree or disagree to it? Or the similar type of question is they ask you, what is your opinion? So when they ask you your opinion, they are basically asking you, do you agree or you disagree to it? For example, they think medical technology is a boon or a curse. What is your opinion? Right? So it's a very common topic which is coming. For example, they can ask you that nowadays people spend more time on work than in their personal life. What is your opinion? Or they can ask you, do you agree or disagree? So basically, even if they ask you, do you agree or disagree, they are asking you your opinion only. So what is important is you have to analyze what type of question is being asked. Second type of question they can ask is discuss both sides. Anywhere where they mention both sides, that means they are asking you about advantages and disadvantages. Or they can clearly ask you what are the pros and cons. Or they can say merits and demerits. or they can simply write the word discuss. Now, discussion can be one-sided, discussion can be both-sided. Depending on the content you have, depending on, if you're more comfortable writing agree-disagree essay or opinion essay, or if you're more comfortable writing both-side essay, you can, whenever you get a topic with discuss, you can use any of the templates. Even if you don't have the template, I'll tell you what you have to do, what you have to cover so that you can get your desired scores. Third type of topic you get is problem solution, where they ask you to discuss a problem and suggest some solutions. Sometimes they might not ask you to suggest solutions. However, it is always good to give solutions because solutions are part of the problem itself. How to resolve the problem is a solution. So this is again a part of problem itself. So any type of essay you get, you have to write 4 paragraphs. Please do not write multiple paragraphs because it is nowhere giving you more marks. And it is not at all advisable to write more than 6 paragraphs. However, if you write 4 paragraphs, that too perfect paragraphs, you will definitely be fine in your exam. And Rohit, hi Rohit, and he's asking, does it mean that we have to present both the sides? If the topic says both sides, yes, you have to give both sides. If the topic says discuss, discussion can be one-sided, can be both-sided also. So it can be either ways. So depending on the topic, you have to analyze whether you have to give both sides. Unless they ask, please discuss both sides. If they have asked both sides, you have to write both sides. So any paragraph, first paragraph of the essay would be introduction. What has to be there in the introduction is, number 1, the first sentence has to be the introductory sentence which should be related to the topic. The second sentence has to be the question, answer to the question that is being asked to you in the topic itself. As I said, the topic medical technology is a boon or curse. What is your opinion? So they are asking you your opinion. So for the first sentence, you might give a good introduction about advancement in medical technology, right? For example, that advancement in medical technology nowadays is very important because it has brought a revolutionary change, right? Or if you have any template, you're following a template, that's completely fine. As far as the first sentence is giving the introduction about the term advancement in medical technology or what is it doing. Second is your answer to the question. Second thing they have asked you is what is your opinion. So you give your opinion that whether it is a boon or it is a curse for us. So I believe it is a boon for us. So what would I write? I would write that in my opinion, because of this, it is a boon for us. Or whatever my opinion about any of the statement is, I will give my opinion. And then you can write, I will explain why, right? So first introduction is important because you have to answer the question and you have to introduce the topic. The second paragraph is called body 1 paragraph. Now, maximum marks are coming from your introduction, your conclusion, your body 1, and your least marks are coming from body 2. So it is very important to include all the important ideas in body 1. Now, in body 1, what we have to write is we have to prove that why we have that opinion, why I think that medical technology is a boon. Now, how to start body 2, we can start off with a normal sentence that like there are a number of arguments to favor my stance, or there are a number of arguments which prove that whatever my opinion is fine. Second sentence, you start to give arguments that because of advancement in medical technology, people are able to cure a lot of diseases. Life expectancy has improved. So you give the advantages of medical technology. And the last sentence of body 1 has to be the conclusive sentence. So what you do is you write advantages and then the conclusion of that advantages. That finally, that what is it doing? What is the conclusion of it? That it is apparent many people are in favor of the same thing. Or you thank medical, so you write a thanksgiving sentence. Thanks to medical technology that what it has done to us. So you have to follow a certain trend. If you're writing a positive essay, introduction of the topic, second your opinion, third you give reasons to support your opinion, and now we talk about the body paragraph 2. In body paragraph 2, what happens is that you have to give more ideas to support your opinion. It is also good to include some examples if you have, but if you do not have any example, that's completely fine. You can still continue to write maybe 1 or 2 more advantages and then a conclusive sentence. Now, if you do not have a conclusive sentence or you do not have any more advantages, you can always write the other side of the argument. That is some negatives of the essay, some negatives of the medical technology. However, always remember that we have given our opinion in favor of medical technology. So our conclusion will also be in favor of medical technology. And we have Raman. Ma'am, my another question is about ideal word limit, and is there any penalty for extra words in essay writing? Raman, yes, if you write more than 360 words, I believe, you get 0, and if you write less than 140 also you get 0. So it is good if you can write anywhere between 200 to 300 words. Even if it is 201 words, that's absolutely fine. So coming back to the essay, guys, in the conclusion it is always important to double check with what you have written in the introduction, because conclusion will support your introduction. This is a very important point which you have to know and which you should cover in order to get your writing scores. So guys, this was about the topic of our essays. If you have any questions about the template, if you want to get, if you are not feeling comfortable and if you're not very sure that whether you are using the right template, please make sure you get it checked from, you can always buy, you can always write the essays and get them checked from PT Tutorials itself. They have different packages which are very cheap also. So we've got Bheem, he's asking just a quick question, how to tackle everything in body 1 when we get 2 topics essay. Normally I write one topic in body 1 and another in body 2. Bheem, again, it depends on the topic. So if the topic is, if they have clearly asked you to discuss both sides, then what you have to do is you have to write one topic, one side in the body 1, another side in the body 2. For example, if they have asked you what is the most pressing problem that a lot of governments and different governments and international organizations face these days, and suggest some solution to overcome that problem. Now they have asked you to discuss the problem, number 1. They have asked you to give some solutions. So of course you won't be able to cover everything in the body 1. So what you can do is you can talk about the problem in body 1 and solution in body 2. Sometimes they can give you a statement. For example, they can ask you, should parents be held legally responsible for the Child's Act? Discuss. Now this is a both-sided argument. Some people believe yes, they should be held legally responsible, whereas the others feel no, they should not be held legally responsible. So what you can do is, in that circumstances, you can always write one viewpoint in body 1, the other in body 2. But for example, if they are clearly asking you, if there are no concerns, for example, like the topic we discussed, advancement in medical technology, or do you think medical technology is a boon or a curse? I don't see the negative side of the topic, so I will stick to one side throughout the essay. So for body 1, I would write some advantages, maybe 2 advantages, and for body 2 again I will write 2 advantages. So I will write only one side of the argument. So it completely depends on the topic, that whether you can write one stance in body 1 and the other stance in body 2. So I hope I've answered your question and it is clear. If not, you can message again and I'll be more than happy to answer in the comment section. And we've got Dhruv. Hi Dhruv, he's asking, please tell us strategies for summarized written text and how to score more in that part of the module. Also, is it true they keep repeating essays every now and then? Yes Dhruv, that's absolutely true that they keep repeating the essays every now and then, and I've already discussed summarized written text, what needs to be done in the first bit of our video. So please go through that. But just a quick one, we can, just a quick one is that, always pick up important keywords, important sentences or phrases and join them with connectors, use the right punctuations. And lot of material is repeated. If you want to have that material, I would recommend you to download Messenger, Telegram Messenger, and you can join our group PTE Tutorials, and a lot of people that post their exam memories, and we have our own prediction file also for the month of March, which can actually help you to go through all the repeated questions. And we've got Ram is asking, in summarized written text, can we write some phrases used in the paragraphs, or we have to make our own sentences? Ram, I don't recommend making your own sentences. I would highly recommend you to select the phrases and or even the sentences, because making your own sentences, what happens is you lose marks while framing a correct sentence. That is, you can make a mistake in terms of your tenses, you can make a mistake in terms of spellings, even in punctuation too. So if you are copying the phrases or the sentences, you are covered for all the three areas. And thank you, Beam. I hope I was clear enough. Coming back to our writing session. So guys, basically writing is just about summarized written text and essays in terms of writing section. But there are other important questions which gives you actually more marks than these two questions. So these two questions put together might give you 35 to 40 marks. However, there are other important tasks, like first task is reading and writing fill in the blanks of reading section. In that task, what happens is that you have multiple options. So you have 4 options for one blank, and you have to select the right answer. Now this gives you actually more marks than your essays and your summary. So this is a very high weightage task which will assess you on your writing task. So guys, if you are struggling with reading and writing, fill in the blanks. All you have to do is you have to have good understanding of collocations. Collocations are colloquial words that we use together, okay, that are meant to be used together, I should say. They are very common words, like we say academic qualification, like we say keep in touch, I made my bed, strong coffee. So all these are collocations, group of words or 2 words that are meant to be used together. What happens in this is, once you have a good understanding of collocations, you can easily figure out that the word before the blank, what can be used with that very word. Also, having a good understanding of how we can make up a sentence can also help you figure out the answer to the blank. Because if you know that what a noun can be followed by, or where in a sentence adjective comes, it will actually help you to figure out the answer to the blank. Always make sure you read a word before the blank, or group of words before the blank, and group of words after the blank, because sometimes they go in the same direction when they have connectors like and, because and is a positive connector. So coming to Dhruv, he's asking, can you also tell me which link should I follow to download the prediction file? Dhruv, if you join our PTE Tutorials group, you go to shared media and you'll be able to see prediction file for the month of March. However, I will post that in the comment section after I finish the video. And we've got Akash. Hi Akash. He's asking, what is the best tips for write from dictation? We'll be coming to write from dictation very soon. Hi Tammy. He's asking, for summarized written text, can we easily copy and paste on the test day? You won't be able to use the command copy and paste in your exam. However, you will see that on your screen, cut, copy, paste, but you won't be able to use the command. However, you have to type the same thing in the writing box where you actually write the answer. So Tammy, don't try to copy and paste, or don't rely that you can copy and paste and waste all your time thinking about which sentence or phrase to select. You have to write it down. So make sure you have spare 3 to 4 minutes to write that 2 or 3 sentences or phrases. So guys, I hope I've answered all the questions so far. Now, apart from reading and writing fill in the blanks, there is another important task which is giving you a lot of marks for writing itself, which is called summarize spoken text. Now, similar to summarize written text, the only difference in this task is you listen to audio. You don't read anything, but you actually listen. That is why it is an integrated task of your listening and your writing. So what happens is that you have to write a summary. Same way we follow the instructions. The instruction here says that you have to write 50 to 70 words, not 5 to 75. So 5 to 75 words are for summarized written text, and 50 to 70 words are for summarized spoken text. 50 to 70 words ideally means that you will have to write 3 to 4 sentences depending on the length of the sentence. Now, as you know what summary word actually means, Like in the summarized written text, we were selecting phrases or sentences. The same way, you have to have good notes. When you are listening to the audio, try to make lot of notes. Try to copy group of words together so that when you try to make sentences out of those words, it is not very hard for you. Never write one word, because when you think and when you try to recall the meaning or what the speaker actually mentioned, you will definitely not be able to do that. So make sure, try to copy groups of words together. Also try to take neat notes. The biggest problem lot of students face is that when they are taking the notes, they mess up. They use, when they are writing fastly, they make notes which are not at all neat and they are not able to understand their own handwriting. This happens with me also. So guys, make sure you don't do that. Try flow chart, try using arrows, try using abbreviations also. So all those things can actually help you take down the neat notes. So we've got Rao Sahib. Hi, he's asking, do we have any negative marking except multiple choice, multiple answers section? Yes, we have negative marking for highlight incorrect words also in the listening section. So multiple choice, multiple in reading and listening, and highlight incorrect words in listening. We've got negative marking for basically 2 types of questions. And we have Sunita, she's asking, if we copy the same phrases from the passage and summarize it, then how about the vocab score? Nothing's gonna happen to your vocab score, darling. That's absolutely fine. You can copy 2 phrases, 3 phrases, 4 phrases, and sometimes you can also change a word or 2. If you are sure about a synonym, you can also use that synonym if you're very worried about your vocab score. But however, if you copy and paste a phrase or even a sentence, it will not impact your scores, because they are asking you to write a summary. Summary is, you have to write the same thing which is mentioned in, you cannot frame your own idea. So basically you can use the phrases or the sentences, because writing is mainly about how you write, not what you write. So this rule actually gives you hint about every single thing if you think about it carefully. So rule of speaking is how you speak, and rule of writing is how you write. Nowhere near it is saying what, but since the scores are integrated for summarized written text, the marks are also going towards our reading. However, we need to be careful about the content. So be careful about what I said. And coming to the next question, we were talking about summarized spoken text. So guys, in that one you have to write 3 to 4 sentences. Make sure you write the first sentence as an introductory sentence, second sentence or third sentence as a body sentence, and the last sentence as a conclusion. So you can use certain templates. The easiest one is, the lecture was important on the topic of dash, and firstly the speaker highlighted dash, moreover he mentioned dash, and finally he concluded dash. Okay, so simple, but try to write quality keywords in the summarized spoken text. Moving on to the next question, that is called fill in the blanks from our listening section. So what happens in this task is that we have to write fill in the blanks, we have to write the missing words. So it is again an integrated task of your listening and your writing section. Now, as I said, writing is all about your spellings, grammar. So spellings in this task, in this module is very, very important. Even if you miss out on S, you will lose the marks. So try to write the correct spellings in this task. Again, it is not a very high weightage task, but at the same time it is not a very low weightage task also. So be very careful. If you are struggling with writing, this is a task which will give you a lot of marks. And we've got Mandar, he's asking, do we have section or question wise marking scheme available? See Mandar, about the marking scheme, it is nowhere mentioned that they give you marks for sections, but however there are, the questions itself will get you marks. So it is not a section wise marking, it is a question wise marking, but as you know, most of the questions are integrated, so your scores are not only limited to one section, they will be going towards the other section. So for example, if you attempt the Pearson's mock test and you only do the speaking part, you don't even attempt the other areas, you will still be getting marks for your listening and your reading, because most of the questions are integrated in the speaking section. and I hope I've answered your question. Moving on to the last and the most important task of the writing section. It is called write from dictation. So guys, what happens in this task is you will listen to a sentence and you have to write exactly the same sentence about what you just heard. This is the most important question. The whole writing section put together and this question put together will give you more marks. It has got more than 40 marks. It is an integrated section, integrated question for your listening and for your writing score. And the biggest struggle a lot of students face in this task is the time limit. By the time, this is the last question of your listening section, and by the time they reach on this question, the time finishes. So please manage your time wisely, because if you miss out this task, there is no way that you will be able to score 79 plus in your exam unless you're really very lucky. Even if you miss out one write from dictation, it's gonna heavily impact your scores. And if you go to our prediction file, there are a number of write from dictations which are repeated very often, guys. So please make sure, practice hard for this task. Writing the full answer in your notepad and then transferring it to the screen is absolutely a good idea, because when we are listening, it is very hard for us to type straight away. But when we are listening, we can write that on the notepad, because we are more habitual of writing with pen and paper. And we've got Sushma. She's asking, should I change the way I speak? Should I use deep voice? I'm finding it difficult to speak with deep voice. Sushma, I would again say I have no idea how you're speaking. So what you can do is you can join our group on Telegram, and you can paste and you can post one of your audios there, so any of our tutors can have a look and give you a proper feedback after listening to your audio. At this point I have no idea how you are speaking, so I need to listen to how you are speaking before I can give you a proper feedback. So please do that and I'll be able to help you with that, or you can even send the recording to me on the Telegram and I'll be able to give you a proper feedback. So guys, that was about it. So total number of questions for writing section is 5, which is summarize written text, essays, reading and writing fill in the blanks, summarize spoken text, and fill in the blanks, actually 6, and lastly write from dictation, the bomb task. Please make sure in write from dictation, each and every word will get you marks. So even if you miss out 2 words, don't think that you can leave the rest of the sentence and you can click next. Whatever, even if you remember 1 word of the sentence, please write that 1 word. Also make sure you always start the sentence with capital letters and you end up with a full stop, because the marks are going towards writing, and writing is your punctuation also. Wherever in a sentence a comma or a question mark or an exclamation is required, please make sure you do that. But try to write correct spellings above all. And we've got Sushma asking again, I was told to speak with deep voice by Shruti. Sushma, as I already mentioned, that I have no idea about how you are speaking, so please tag me on PTE tutorials and post one of the audios and I'll be able to give you a feedback. So guys, if you have any other questions about the writing section, you can please post them in the comments below and I'll be able to answer them. And if I've missed any question, I'll be able to answer after we finish the video. And also we have to congratulate one of our students, a very intelligent student who attended our masterclass, our last masterclass. He scored a perfect score of 90 each and 90 overall. His name is Lasindu. So congratulations Lasindu. We'll be posting his scorecard very soon. And guys, if you are struggling with your desired scores, be it 6, 7 or 8, you can also come for a free trial class in any of our branches. We've got Clayton branch, we've got a CBD branch, and we have a branch in Thomastown as well. Also, we have a masterclass coming up on this 23rd of March in the Clayton branch. So if your exam is around the corner and you are not able to attend the regular classes, you can always come for a masterclass. It is a 1-day class, and that guy Lasindu, he just took that class only and he managed to got a perfect score of 90 each. So you can do the same. You can enroll for that 1-day class. All the tips and strategies will be shared and you will be given access to repeated real exam questions along with 4 mock tests to be practiced. So I hope this session was helpful, and all you guys who are struggling to get your desired scores, get it soon. Thank you.